Hello, my name is Dylan Crabb. This is Bobcat Radio. I want to go over one bill that was passed this year by the Mexico legislature called the Immigrant Safety Act, HB9, because I think might be the most controversial bill they passed. It reads, an act relating to public bodies enacting the Immigrant Safety Act, prohibiting public bodies from entering into agreements used to detain individuals for federal civil immigration violations and requiring the termination of any such existing agreements, prohibiting public bodies from otherwise using public property to facilitate detaining individuals for federal civil immigration violations. And definition as used in the Immigrant Safety Act, public body means a state or local government, a sheriff's department, an advisory board, a commission, an agency, or an entity created by the Constitution of New Mexico, or any branch of government that receives public funding, including political subdivisions, special tax districts, school districts, institutions of higher learning. Public body includes an entity or individual acting on behalf or within the scope of the public of the authority of the public body. Prohibiting public bodies from entering into agreements used to detain individuals for federal civil immigration violations and requiring public bodies to terminate any such agreements. So basically prohibition on immigration enforcement from any of one of these public bodies in New Mexico. A public body shall not enter into, extend, renew, or otherwise agree to be a party to an agreement to detain individuals for federal civil immigration violations, including an intergovernmental services agreement to detain individuals for civil immigration violations. A public body shall not enter into, extend, renew, or otherwise agree to a rider, amendment, supplement, or other modification to an agreement with a rider, amendment, supplement, or other modification to detain individuals for federal civil immigration violations. A public body that is a party to an existing agreement that is used to detain individuals for federal civil immigration violations shall, upon the effective date of the Immigrant Safety Act, terminate the agreement upon the earliest possible date. A public body shall not sell, trade, lease, or otherwise dispose of any real property to be used for the detention of individuals for federal civil immigration violations. A public body shall not impose or continue in effect any law, ordinance, policy, or regulation that violates or conflicts with the provisions of the Immigrant Safety Act. Not continue any law. So any current law, past law. Nothing in this section shall be construed to limit the ability of law enforcement personnel to detain individuals or to perform brief investigative stops as permitted by state law. Well, isn't that exactly what it does in relation to immigration? Prohibiting public bodies from entering into agreements to deputize officers, employees, or agents to perform functions of immigration officers. Enforcement. Attorney General or District Attorney may institute a civil action in District Court if the Attorney General or District Attorney has reasonable cause to believe that a violation of the Immigrant Safety Act has occurred or to prevent a violation of that act from occurring. If they believe a violation has occurred or to prevent a violation from occurring. That sounds like pre-crime talk. Like, I'm not sure I agree with that. Like, how do you prove that you knew it was going to occur? Anyway, pretty sure this is going to be challenged in courts, in federal courts, because historically, constitutionally, only the national government has jurisdiction over national borders. But what do you think about this law? HB9, Immigrant Safety Act, sponsors Eleanor Chavez, Angelica Rubio, Andrea Romero, Mariana Anaya, and Joseph Cervantes. Signed by the governor February 5th. What do you all think?